Hello, and welcome to another video that is pretty different than any other video we've done before. Today we're doing my nails. Right now I have these. It's black with like gold sparkles. I did it maybe like a week and a bit ago. We were going to the bougie expensive sushi restaurant, and I had an outfit that kind of matches with this. It's like a black top that has like foil stars on it as well. So I was like, ooh, okay, this could be cool. And I really like it. I really like how it turned out. But as you can see, it's starting to chip in a lot of places. As you just kind of wear your nails will grow out behind them, creating like a blank space underneath, which is like prime opportunity for things to kind of like wedge underneath and chip them. Or there's the classic, you just kind of scrape them against something hard enough for it to come off, as you can see at like the edge of this nail here. So it's time to say goodbye to these sparkly black nails and do something new. I was really happy with these though. I'm definitely going to do it again, but like this one and especially is bad. It's almost all gone. So I thought I would make a video about it. Seems like fun. The first thing we're going to do, I have my little nail studio set up here. Hopefully we can adjust the camera in a way that we can see what's going on. La 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 la. Good, good. Yeah. How do I normally do this? I feel like this is normally easy. Because we've done this for like playing Getting Over It and stuff. It like perfectly goes into the mouse zone. Oh my gosh. And I'm sure the audio is terrible right now. Okay, this is fine. Will this work? Okay, this seems fine. Alright. Okay. So, first thing we're going to do is remove the old nail polish. I have acetone nail polish remover. This is just like an acid that is extremely flammable and extremely poisonous and also just dangerous in general, and it kind of smells weird. But it works really well for taking off your nail polish. So definitely something to pick up. Of course, you can also do it the old-fashioned way by just chipping away at it until it's all gone, but I think that's kind of more damaging for your nails. So I recommend doing this instead. This is a kind of a cool little device. You press these pads. These are just cotton pads on top of it. And the acetone comes out, and then you just kind of rub it against the nail. I'm not very good at this. Like, I don't know what the proper technique is, but I don't quite have it. Especially if you put something with like sparkles on it, you can see the sparkles are lasting longer than the nail polish, but it's coming off. I don't know, if we end up using a bunch of them and a bunch of acetone, it's not the end of the world. All this stuff is pretty cheap. I'd say in terms of cosmetics, in terms of things like that, nail polish is remarkably cheap compared to like makeup. So definitely a fun one to experiment with. It's making a very lovely sound. I don't know if the mic is picking that up. There's like some underneath the nail. I don't really know the best way to get that. The hope, I guess, is just that it's either going to get cut off or the next round of nail polish will cover it up. So it's kind of stuck in there. I'm going to get another pad. The other thing that'll happen if you're the type to like pick at the corners of your nails and get like hangnails and stuff, the acetone, if it gets in there, it really burns. Just as a heads up. But you know, that's a good encouragement to not pick at your nails, to not have those sorts of wounds, which are just bad in general. I think overall doing your nails is a great way to just practice good nail health. I don't even know if the nail polish itself is healthy for the nails, probably like neutral, but the consideration it makes you give your fingers and your nails and stuff is pretty remarkable. Like, I used to be the type to chew at my nails and pick at the skin around them and all sorts of things like that, but since I started painting my nails, I'm always able to stop myself. Just that little bit of hesitation is enough for me to catch myself doing these kind of like unconscious, anxious moments or whatever. It's really not coming off very well. but you just work at it. You can see it's also like spilling onto my fingers, the nail polish that's being kind of like liquidated. But nail polish comes off the skin quite easily, just with like soap and water and like a bit of attention. It's only on the nails that it gets like super stuck, so don't worry about that. Like don't go out of your way to avoid that. When you're painting it as well, it's better to like go over the top and then scrape it off your skin than to miss spots. Missing spots causes like big chain reactions of peeling and chipping and stuff. Okay, we destroyed that cotton pad. Oops. Sometimes it like sprays out a little bit if you're too vigorous. You can see like a few drops got on my table and my keyboard. I think it's fine. Like I don't think it's so strong that it's gonna, you know, ruin anything or make a stain, but it is something to be conscious of. Like you don't want it getting on your clothes. I think it'll like ruin the color of your clothes. Or if you have like a very fancy table, you know, that you want things to remain immaculate, probably just do it on another table, to be honest, is my advice. Okay, it's finally one hand down. Normally this isn't so hard. I think it's that black is kind of a difficult color to remove under any circumstances, and the black with the gold sparkles, any sort of like sparkling thing, anything that has like glitter in it is going to be tricky. It's going to get like extra affixed. So you just got to be vigorous, really try to scrape it off. It's really gross when the cotton gets like stuck and then it makes this like kind of like pulls apart in a way that I find really uncomfy, really unsettling. But you know, it's a labor of love. It's a labor of loving yourself. So even when you're grossed out by things happening, you think, well, I'm here for myself. I'm the one that's seeing myself. I'm the one that is hearing my body make these weird-ass noises as I rub cotton on cartilage, or whatever nails are. Are they cartilage? And it kind of reminds you of this great trust you have in yourself. Alright, so we can start thinking about our ultimate goal. What are we going to put? I'm gonna do something simpler this time, just to like mix it up. Also because you have to wait for it to layer between, or dry between layers, and that would make for a very long, very boring video. I've heard of watching paint dry. How about watching nail polish dry? There's like two little spots here that I just can't get off. Okay. So you can see this is almost all of my colors of nail polish that I have right now. There's one missing. I thought it was in here, but now I'm remembering that I must have put it somewhere else. It's like a green, but I don't think I want to do green. I think I'm going to do this like orangey color here. I haven't tried it yet, and it looks kind of neat. And I'll see if how like glossy the finish is. And if it's like too glossy, if it's too shiny, I might use this guy, which is like a matte top coat that just makes that kind of like a non-reflective color. So you just get like the color and not like nothing too flashy. It's a little duller, which I like. I like kind of like a subtle. I mean, I say that, you know, with this glittering gold on black, but generally I like it more subtle. You just gotta mix things up sometimes, though. I'm getting cotton like all over my fingers and stuff. I don't want to use another pad for this last one. This one is still in good shape. I can get a bit more acetone. Acetone? I don't know what it's called. I know I said it one way and my friend made fun of me. And I was like, okay, I gotta remember it's not the way I think it is. But I don't know how many like layers deep that was. Like how many it's not what I think it is I have to do. Alright. Looking good. Looking fine. If you miss a little bit, that's okay, because you're just about to paint right over it again. I'm gonna go wash my hands quick. And I guess I can dump these out. Okay. Okay, truly riveting content where a lesser cosmetics channel might have cut, stopped the video briefly and then resumed when there was something to do. I wanted to show you exactly how long it takes me to wash my hands so you can feel for yourself how to do every single part of this. Now I'm going to cut my nails because they're getting kind of long. I don't want to cut them like as short as possible because I want it to like go off the finger like a little bit. I don't know. I'm never sure like exactly how much I want to leave when I do this. I have these clippers. I really like them. They're like super strong. I hate cutting my nails. This is something I've like really just found unpleasant ever since I was a kid. Just the fact that your nails grow, that these things are emerging from your body is kind of upsetting to me if I contemplate it for too long. But doing your nails is cool. Nail polish is cool. Stuff like that I'm into. So you gotta take the good with the bad when it comes to the body. This is looking okay. I'm just trying to leave like the very, how like the nail turns white when it's not over the skin? I'm just trying to leave like a little, like a millimeter of that. And trying to kind of shape them in the way I want to, which is like maybe a little more like ovular. But I don't really know what I'm doing. Now I have to use my left hand on my right, which is always the tricky one, especially when it comes to painting. I don't know, it's kind of even. It's like even enough. It's not like anybody's going to be out here inspecting me. Good, good, fine, good. Yeah, we do be cutting my nails. After this is my least favorite step. By far. But it's a good step. It's a step to not overlook or skimp on. Okay, that's good enough for cutting. Now we want to file our nails. So I have a little nail file on the interior of the nail cutters. And basically we just want to take off any like sharp edges, any like right angles made by the flatness of this, and instead make it kind of like a nice round shape. But I hate the sensation of my nails being filed. Oh, it just makes my skin crawl. So we're probably not going to do an amazing job on this because I find it so unpleasant. Okay. Just like at the corners usually is a good spot to smooth it out. It's looking fine. You just don't want it to seem like boxy or sharp or anything. Just kind of a nice smooth rounded edge. You can do this after you've painted your nails too, especially if you're kind of going for like a more intricate design, like actually drawing something. which like down the line I'd like to maybe experiment with, but it's very hard, and I still only sort of know what I'm doing. Shoutouts to my friend who taught me all this stuff. I was living in quarantine with her and her boyfriend for a few months. That was during one of the big dark ages of this channel, and she taught me all sorts of stuff with like makeup and nails and hair. And unfortunately, because the world is still largely in lockdown, I haven't had the chance to experiment too much with it on my own. Not really anywhere to go, but it's exciting. It's a very exciting prospect. Bit by bit, I'm finding opportunities. Like I said, we went to the Bougie Sushi restaurant, which has recently opened for dine-in. They had uni. I love uni. I don't know if there's like an angle I can give to make it clearer, but you know, it's very simple. Just scrub it against here. And try to ignore the horrible vibrations running through your spine as you do it. La 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 la. Okay, with all of that out of the way, it's finally time to actually paint our nails. So, I think we're going to go with this one. It's from Sinful Colors. I think it dries quite quickly. We're going to do 2 coats though. Of course, it doesn't really matter if you let 2 of the same coat dries a whole lot. Just a little bit. Yeah, I think I'll go with this. I haven't used it yet. All these other ones I've used at least once, so. All of them have a little brush that it comes with. I usually like kind of dab it on the side a little bit so it's not too much. And then, I don't know, my technique changes like every time I do this. I just do what kind of makes sense at the time. So here I'm just going to put my hand flat on the ground, or on the table, and just start painting. As I said before, it's okay if you go over. It's better to go over than not enough. And basically you want to just make like big strokes. You don't want to like dab it on. You want to kind of run the whole thing through. Now it's like very faint, like it's not thickly on there or anything, but that's just because it's the first coat. You don't want to overdo the first coat. Like don't try to make the first coat look like the way you want it to look. Instead, just get it on there everywhere. So yeah, I usually like pass over everything and then kind of do like another layer to try to spread it out more evenly. Like another pass through, that is. We're gonna do like a whole other coat after this. There's like a little thing here. Oh my gosh, I don't know what that is. Oh god, why is there a bump? What is that bump? I don't know. Hopefully it'll just become less apparent when I do the next coat. Okay. I like this color though. Actually, I want to get more light in here. Okay, that helps a bit. So, big thing about painting your nails is not ruining them immediately after while they're still wet. When they're wet, oh my gosh, that was terrible. You shouldn't let it drip on like that. That's why I try to take off a little bit. Okay. It's like you want the brush to like spread out a little bit to the contour of the nail, but not so much that it's like very thin, like that the individual bristles are kind of impacting the shape of the nail. Okay, that's one hand done. Doesn't look great, but it's the first coat, and it still has to dry and like a lot of other things. Now is the tricky round. Again, using your left hand to do your right is always a lot harder for those of us not gifted with ambidextrousness or sinisterness. What am I talking about? What am I saying? Just trying to do my nails. Okay. Really, again, way over the nail. But that's fine. That'll come off. Just trying to make it even. Removing some of the excess. So that when we do the second coat, that doesn't cause it to like be bumpy. A lovely coral orange kind of color is what I would call this. Does it have a name? No. It's just the color that it is. Okay. So far, so okay. All right. Okay. It is what it is. So I'll just put the cap on me to make sure it doesn't spill. So this is the first coat. You can see it's kind of streaky. You can see there's like, you can see through the thinness of the polish, the color of the nail underneath. But that's fine. Again, that's just the first coat. It doesn't give any guidelines for how, it says to shake gently. I didn't do that. All right, I don't know what that's doing. I don't know. I thought it was like a totally homogeneous material. But yeah, you can see I got some like on my finger too, just trying to wipe it up. But this looks like it's drying pretty quickly. Yeah, it's like tacky, but it's mostly dry. So I think we're good to go with a second coat. And this is where the magic happens, maybe, hopefully. With the second coat, it becomes like a very opaque color. Hopefully it doesn't look too streaky. A little bit of streakiness is okay when you first apply it. It'll sort of fill in itself. It'll like fill in the gaps. The spooky thing is that this hand, whatever pose you're using to control the brush, could involve smearing your fingers, your fingernails. It's all so heart racing. I'm not good at these sort of things, you know? I'm not good at fine motor skills. I wanted to play Warhammers as a kid, but I couldn't paint them. It was too hard. I can't even take good pictures. My hands get a little shaky if I try to hold the camera steady. But you know, I want to get good. I want to get good at this. I want to learn how to sew too. I think that would be really cool. Okay. Okay. Again, spilled over onto the skin a lot. That's fine. These are pretty matte to begin with. I don't think I'm going to do the matte coat. Damage to the other hand through applying to the first hand is minimal. Also ignore, I have like a small burn here. It's kind of gross, but it's mostly gone away. The microwave betrayed me. I had microwaved the same bowl for I think the same amount of time before with like roughly the same contents, and it didn't get anywhere near as hot as it did that time. And I grabbed it and I burnt my finger a little bit. Oh, what am I trying to do here? Okay. Gotta wait for it to dry to start like picking off the parts that are on the skin. So you can see the contrast. I mean, I don't know if you can see anything. My video camera kind of sucks. But you can hopefully see the contrast between the one that has 2 coats and the one that just has 1 coat. Like the thumbs, I think. You can tell there's a difference, hopefully, maybe. To me, it's very apparent looking at it, but, you know, my eyes are much higher resolution than 720p or whatever this is. Oh, it is 1080. I don't know. Maybe it's just that my lighting sucks. Maybe that's more the problem. Okay. Let's do the second coat of the right hand. Calling into, of course, service our poor doing its best left hand. Okay, seems fine. Okay. Good, good. Okay. There's still that one weird bump there, but whatever. I don't think it's very noticeable. Okay. Yeah. That is basically it. Now the waiting game begins. We're gonna have to sit here for like an hour, basically, without really using our fingers too much. We don't want to touch the edges against things, so like typing is bad. I don't want to necessarily like grab things. I don't want my hands to be in contact with the rest of my hands. Once everything dries, I'm going to like start picking away. I know I said this will help you stop picking at your fingers, but this is an exception. But yeah, you can pick away just at the polish and get it off the spots where you like went too far. And then that's about it. I'm ready to head out into the COVID world and do grocery shopping or whatever. See some friends, and they'll go, "Hey, you painted your nails again." Yep, I sure did. End of conversation. But it's fun, isn't it? I had fun. Give it a try if it suits you. Don't be afraid. It's quite easy. Even I can do it. And as I said, I have the motor skills of a... What's something unoffensive? I don't know. Some sort of epileptic. Or is that offensive? I don't know. Anyways, yeah, it was fun. Okay. Catch you next time with something else. Using the mouse, I think, is safe, because I'm only using like the pads of my fingers. But no typey. Only mouse. Okay. Goodbye.